How are you going to afford a place to live if your spouse gets the family home at the end of a divorce? Hi, I'm Mackenzie Sorich, founder of View Ridge Family Law and Estate Planning. Today I have with me mortgage expert Whitney Pauley, and she's going to answer that question and a number of other myths that we hear all the time when people are going through a divorce and they're trying to figure out how to afford a mortgage. So many people think that they'll never qualify for a mortgage if they stay on an old mortgage with their ex-spouse. Whitney, can you tell us whether this is true or not?
Yeah, thank you, Mackenzie, for having me. And exactly, there are situations in which an ex-spouse can stay on the mortgage and it's not an issue. Now, obviously, you have to get into some of the specifics of, if your ex-spouse doesn't pay the mortgage, how's that going to impact you? But at the end of the day, the divorce decree is actually going to supersede that mortgage. So if it says this spouse is responsible for those payments, that's what we're going to go by. And especially if you can prove that they've been making those payments.
Very interesting. Thank you. So people often ask, isn't it better for me to just complete the divorce now and then worry about applying for a mortgage later? What do you think?
It's totally going to depend on the specific situation. My recommendation is always going to be get your team of professionals in place and start having those conversations early. Make sure that you're talking with your attorney, with your real estate and mortgage professionals to figure out a strategy going forward that's going to work with all parties.
Understood. Thank you. Now, many people worry about how they're going to afford a mortgage if there's child support or alimony or spousal support involved. What do you say to those folks?
Yeah, so there's two sides of this that we've got to look at, right? We've got to look at the spouse who is receiving the child support and the alimony, and then the person who is actually paying it. So starting with the person receiving the alimony and child support, in some situations, that can actually be used as income. Okay, we've got to look at how long it's going to be lasting. We also have to look at how long it's been received and make sure that those payments have been coming in consistently. Now, for the person paying it, unfortunately, it is going to be a debt or a liability when calculating how much that person can afford in moving forward on their new purchase.
Thank you, Whitney. Everyone going through a divorce is worried about where they're going to live. And it's a common issue for people to feel nervous about securing a mortgage and a home for themselves and potentially for their children. I've seen people handle this the right way and the wrong way. The right way involves getting advice from professionals early on to create solutions that are a win-win for everyone. If you're ready to move forward with this issue and get help from professionals who can help you create a secure future for yourself, for your children, just give us a call.